We are back with round 4. With round 3, I'm sorry. We are going to cover for you the match between Karsten Kotter, a well-known vintage player and a writer, and Anton Karlinski.
with 4 color Delver.
And Karsten plays Dig Gush, which is basically Gush deck
Extra time.
with Dig 3 times.
And Anton is playing 4 color Delver. Basically a bug Delver splashing for Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. So who do you think is a favorite in this match, Peter?
I'm gonna take a closer look at the deck list.
Yep.
It looks like the Delver player has actually 2 Pyroblast in his main deck, which should be pretty huge against both Gash and the Dictionary time. But he doesn't really have all that much disruption besides that, so it will depend on whether he draws those or not. If he draws, like 1 Pyroblast, it's gonna be huge because then he has a Snapcaster Mage to buy it back. But if he gets like a heavy creature draw with some lightning bolts or whatever, I can definitely see the Cutler to just go over the top of him. Alright.
Karsten, that's a name we know, right?
There is no Karsten. There's Cutler and Karlinski.
Yeah, I know, but Karsten is Cutler's first name is Karsten.
Yeah, with C, not K.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so the Karlinski is the guy on the right and Cutler
No,
is the guy on the left?
no. The other way around.
Okay. So the Delver player is the... Oh, he doesn't actually have Delvers, it seems like. He has only Detroit Shamans and Confidence. Does the Vintage Plex even play the Delver?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
I think they play like, but it's called still like Delver because it's like a Delver style deck, but they don't really play Delvers, right?
Okay.
I know, like it's weird, but it's like it's why Team Italia was like green, blue, black Delver, and it was still called Team Italia, even though Team Italia or Italian flag has no black or blue in it.
Okay.
So it's just those weird names of decks sometimes. Okay,
Either
so
way, looks like the Tempo player is in a pretty good spot.
so
He has
you
German Shaman with lots of disruption in his hand.
so do you generally will favor Anton in this
I
matchup?
I already talked about that.
Oh,
I'm not really sure if I should repeat that, but
yeah, no worries. Well, he's looking at a decent brainstorm, I think. Yeah.
basically, I think the matchup comes down to which part of the deck he's gonna draw. Like
Yeah.
if he draws lots of creatures and lightning bolts, he's
Then
not gonna be
he's
very good at stopping Gashes and Victory times.
yeah.
But like if he draws one of his 2 Pyroblasts, then he's pretty good shape because then he can like rebuy it with Subcaster and whatever.
Yeah, like I mean, parablasting a dig through time is a huge thing, right? Because
Yeah.
the delve already happens, so you basically remove the Holy Graveyard and you pay 2 mana, and your opponent just stops all you doing for 1 red mana. So Parablast
Yeah.
is gonna be huge in this
Also, we
matchup, I
can
think.
stop, the potential second victory time
Yeah, yeah.
in their hand because they already removed the graveyard and they're kind of relying on drawing those 2 cards to be able to play the second victory time.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. Looks like Anton has a pretty good hand, but he doesn't have all that much pressure. Like the Shaman, it takes a while to kill someone with the Detroit Shaman. So basically, what is gonna happen is that Karsten is gonna try to, play as many good stuff into uh, just basically out card draw the Anton.
Yeah.
Just force him to play all his counter magic and eventually resolve something
Yeah.
before the Anton is gonna be able to kill him.
Karsten's deck is like nice one-offs, a lot of one-offs,
Yeah,
one-offs
most of
in
the
his deck.
vintage deck is like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
For example, Stack deck isn't
That,
like that at all.
yeah, that's a different one.
It plays a lot of four offs, but the other decks, if you wanna take advantage of victory time and tutor
Yeah,
effects,
that's true.
you
That's true.
definitely need to play a lot of one offs.
The dig through time is way better if you have a lot of one-offs in your deck you're searching
Yeah,
for it.
you just search for the two perfect cards in that certain
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. He also, like, I mean, Karsten, he also plays a lot of tutors. He plays Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, and Imperial Seal, which is
Plus
like,
the victory times.
plus
Yeah.
the dig through times, yes. So he's some sort of like, it's a combo deck, right? You play like Gushes,
Not really.
but you play
I'd
Tendrils of
probably just call
Agony.
it control deck.
Control deck with the Tendrils of Agony?
Oh, he does play Tendrils?
Yeah. He plays
Okay.
Tendrils and Bicycle Courses, so I think what he's trying to do, he is like trying to build up the storm as fast as possible, or just go for a quick kill with Bicycle Courses
Yeah.
via
Yeah, okay.
Tinker. So I think he is a control deck. He also plays Jace though.
Combo deck, you mean?
Yeah, combo deck, yeah. He also plays Jace, which I don't see in his list right now.
He has it here.
Oh, only one of those. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like, something between control and combo deck.
Yeah.
Basically like a control deck that uses the combo cards to win the game with.
Yeah.
Like
And
even if you play control, you're still gonna play lots of Moxes, Gushes, and stuff like that. So it's not that hard to kill someone with tendrils.
yep, exactly. But we saw here the real power of Jace, where Anton was forced to sacrifice his Black Lotus at the end of the turn to generate some red mana and Parablast Jace at the end of Karsten's turn, because as we talked about, unchecked Jace will go the distance in this format.
Yeah, or any format.
Oh, any format is legal at, exactly.
Alright. Yep. Like any card like Ponder is just so good in Vintage. Like the power level of the card just is so huge.
Yeah. Which makes Jace even better, right?
Yeah.
Like getting basically a free. I mean, Brainstorm is restricted to one in Vintage because
Yeah.
it's like way too powerful, and Jace gives you like free Brainstorm every turn. So
Yeah. I think the trajectories and victory time is gonna get restricted also.
yeah, maybe. Like Dick, Treasure Cruise is basically another Ancestral in Vintage, and Dick is maybe even a little bit better. So definitely. Now, did you see what?
It was regrowth, I think.
Yeah, regrowth. But what did he took back? What did Carsten
I didn't see that.
fetch back? Yeah. I imagine the Jace.
Yeah.
I mean, like
That would make
no,
sense.
maybe it was a first of all. No, but he definitely has a first of all in hand. He opted not to use it. Oh,
Just take a tutor.
he went for a tutor maybe.
I don't think he played it already, so it probably wasn't in his graveyard. He
Oh
just
yeah,
had it
that's
in
true.
his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah. Well, but he does not. He does not have a Jace in hand though. So I'm not sure if he did take the Jace out of his graveyard. We'll take a look at his hand in a second. Now he's tutoring for the Tinker, so he's probably going off next turn or on his turn.
Does he
Like
have any artifact in his hand?
I'm not. Well, he has a Mox in the play.
Where?
Well, he just sacrificed it. He had a
Oh,
white Mox
okay,
in
okay.
play. So the Tinker resolves,
It
and
resolved. Alright.
now it's gonna be the Black Steel Colossus. Yeah.
So let's see if he has any answers for that.
Ancestral. That's
Ancestral is.
yeah. That's a good start, definitely.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you are digging for answers, draw 3 cards is gonna
Let's
good.
see if he has any answer in his deck. They usually play at least one, so they
Yeah.
can tutor it.
Yeah.
But
Like Steel
doesn't look
Sabotage.
like he has any though.
Huh?
No recall, no sabotage.
So he's just dead to the Colossus next turn?
Looks like it. What does Dick Faden do?
Deck Fade and steals an artifact.
Okay, that's an answer.
Okay. That's the best
That
answer,
yeah,
right?
that would be
Destroy your opponent's under effect.
just
Yeah,
mind
definitely.
control your Colossus.
Yeah, I think that deck Faden it's plus it's a planeswalker with 3 loyalty, and if you plus it, it does
You
the
get to exchange artifacts.
no. If you plus it, you get to do the Fateless Looting effect, like draw 2, discard
Okay.
2. If you minus it 2, you get to gain control of target artifact.
Doesn't it exchange artifacts?
No, no, you gain control of target
That's pretty
artifact.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
it is
surprised that
very
it
good.
doesn't see more play.
Oh, let
Seems
me
pretty
see.
good.
It is very good in vintage, and that's why it is so expensive, I think. And it kind of does sees a lot of play, right?
I mean, this is the first time we see it, and we already saw 6 decks.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Maybe you need the right deck for it.
yeah, probably.
It's the planeswalker from the multiplayer set, right? Gain control. If you minus it, if you minus the deck fight, then it says gain control of target artifact, which is huge, of course.
Yeah. The another reason why it doesn't see that much play is might be because just 3 mana steal your mooks might not be worth too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But 3 mana Steel Colossus is
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
decent.
Yeah, the planeswalkers are definitely worse now than they was like
They
you
never.
know 3 months ago,
Yeah,
because people started to play like Firemancers and stuff,
yeah, that's true.
which are definitely good against planeswalkers.
Paramancer is really good against planeswalkers, that's for sure. So, Anton here is jumping the Colossus with the Deathray Shaman, and he's going up to 9 infect on poison counters. So he's basically he needs to find the Darkfiden on his next turn, or he's dead to the Colossus. But
Yeah.
we know Karsten has a Force of Will in hand, so he will definitely fight over this, or he will try to fight over this Darkfiden. So
I
let's see
think
how this
I
works out.
think the Anton has mystical tutor, so he can like end of turn tutor for the another tutor and try to find the deck fader. I'm not really sure if he has the first level of his own to protect it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that.
No, no, no.
But he still has the 2 Dark Confidence in place, so there is a way for him to.
Oh yeah, he needs to find a counter magic and a Darkfiden.
Yeah. And I think he has resources to only like find one for sure with the tutors, and he will need to peel the other one with the confidence.
Or maybe is he? Can he go for like a combo kill now?
I don't think he plays Sunny.
Okay.
I already look at that. If he has like Volti
Oh no,
or
no. He's just straight up
a
like.
Colossus of his own, he doesn't have
Yeah,
anything like that.
he relies on creatures to get the job done.
Yeah. Also, he plays 2 Jaces. He didn't even mention that, so he can actually
Okay, so he has
bounce the
4. Yeah,
Colossus.
he has 4 answers to the Colossus,
Yeah.
but
He
still.
also needs to stop his opponent for so.
Yeah, but still, exactly. He needs to play around first of all that Karsten actually has in hand, so it's gonna be tough for him to win this game, I think.
Yeah.
There we see the classical tutor for a tutor. So basically exchanging the worst tutor for a better tutor,
Yeah, the
which
tutor that
seems
can
fine.
find and Planeswalker.
Yeah, exactly. So would he go for a Jace or
Oh,
for?
here's the forest.
Oh,
That's
here's the
huge.
first. Does he have a Bugardo in his hand?
I don't know, but doesn't look like it.
Yep.
That's
But like
that's unfortunate.
he has no other option than to just for a duck and try to resolve Duck Faden, which is not gonna happen because of the first of all in Karsten's
Yeah, the
hand.
game is actually much closer than it looked like
Yep.
2 turns ago. Like if he just hit one more blue card, he would have won.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Like those Dark Confidence will, although he's on 11 life, so he might be, like he might lose to turn force and force into confidence, something like that.
Yeah.
But it seems very unlikely. But anyway, the game is gonna overlay next turn because yeah, Dark Faden is gonna get countered, and even though he has a
And that's
first
the
and fail,
game.
yeah, he doesn't have a second blue card, so that's just the game. Karsten leads 1-0, and players will side in, and we will jump run right into the game 2. So what do you think the sideboard plan for Anton is here?
Uh,
It's such a
I think
difficult
I
thing.
think he definitely wants to side out his lightning bolts.
No.
They basically doesn't do anything in the matchup besides dealing free to the face.
Mhm. Yeah.
It kills Jace, but the Karsten plays only one, so
Yeah. And also, if Carson wants to play around lightning bolt with Jace, he can by
Yeah.
just passing him, and
Yes.
then
He can definitely board in like more artifact removal.
yeah.
It's not great in this matchup, but it's better than lightning bolts. So I think he brings in like an ancient grudge, maybe nature's claim, maybe petty needle, and like two ingot chewers or something.
Basic needle. What would you needle? Like a Jace?
Can you name the mocks or not?
No. Oh yeah, you can name a mox. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
Snodland card.
so it's basically like a 1 mana nature's claim that does
Oh
that
no no
does.
no! You can play. You can name the box, but it does really nothing because
Oh
PvE
yeah,
will
yeah,
says
yeah.
accept mana abilities.
Okay, so
So
that's not very good.
yeah. Only the Friction Revoker can stop
Yeah, yeah.
Mox.
Yeah, so he probably wants like an ancient grudge, nature's claim, and two more ingot chewers, and to take out a 4 bolts. Looking at the Gash player sideboard, he has 4 auto druids, which are great in this matchup because it's basically one card combo, because your opponent is likely to play a creature for you. Uh, if he brings the oath, he definitely wants a Griselbrand also. He even has the Forbidden Orchard in his board, which I am not really sure if he needs. But he's probably, he will just set out some of his lands and bring in the Orchard. And he might want to bring in the Engineering Explosives to have some more answers, but I don't think the Explosives is in the sideboard to kill creatures. I think it's more against like a stacks deck or something. I just said that he's probably gonna bring in the Auto Druid package.
Yeah 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 yeah.
Because Anton plays creatures, so the Auto Druid is
Mm-hmm.
basically a one card combo.
Yeah. And finding the Grizzlebond is always huge
Yeah, that's a game over.
yeah, in Vintage. Like drawing 7 more cards where in a format where every card is insanely powerful is just yeah.
I mean, drawing 7 cards in any format is just usually game over.
Yeah, but if you do like yeah, but sometimes you don't, not necessarily because sometimes you might be under pressure, you won't be able to cast those cards. But since in Vintage, like you have lots of
Yeah.
those mana resources, you can play on, turn 1 and 2. So basically, you are on like 5, 6 mana on the second, third turn, especially if you play Tolarian Academy. Then the Gooseban is gonna
The only
shine
time I saw
even
someone
more.
lose with Resolve Razorbrand is that your opponent, has like two removal spells, so they're gonna play removal, you draw 7, and then they play second removal in response and then kill you with attack.
Yeah.
But, those things usually don't happen.
Well, Gooseban is a powerful card, that's for sure. Do you think the matchup changes significantly after the sideboard, or do you think it's kind of still the same? Like the players are still going for the same game plan. Like
Uh,
Carsten is not probably he probably will like side it out. I think he will actually leave him his Tendrils of Agony because like the Tendrils combo is still gonna be decent. But I think he wants to
no.
have the other combo too. No?
I think he's just gonna transform into Auto Druid's deck,
Hmm.
and he's gonna have clunky cards like Griselbrand in his deck,
Yeah.
so he don't really want to have draws with like Griselbrand and Tendrils of Agony. So I think he's gonna side the Tendrils of Agony
Yeah,
out.
but my point is like if you draw 7 card, like Grizzblend is just a perfect storm card, like draw
That's just a
7, right?
game. You don't
Yeah.
really have
Yeah,
to
you don't
care
need
about
to.
that.
You don't need to do anything else properly. That's for sure. That's true.
But I think the matchup gets a little bit better for Anton.
Mhm.
I think that any matchup gets better after board for Delver deck because it can adjust the cards that he needs in the
Yeah.
matchup. Like he can catch the removal spells and bring in the disruption.
Mhm.
So so basically, like if you're trading resources and you're the one who's also dealing damage, you're gonna win eventually.
Yeah.
So it's just a question of is he gonna be able to find more things that you have to counter than you have counters before you kill them,
Yeah.
which seems a lot harder to do after board when they have basically just a disruption in creatures.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. So the game 2 is on its way. Anton is going to be on a play, and let's see what he finds. His hand looks decent. He has a couple of lands, Pyroblast, so
Did he get in Lightning Bolts?
and Ancestral Recall. I think that's a Pyroblast.
His Pyroblast and Lightning
And
Bolt.
Lightning Bolt. Okay, yeah, he did. Oh, well, weird.
His card is just terrible in this matchup. It doesn't do anything.
Maybe he wants the reach. Like if you have it with Snapcaster, it's basically 6 damage in one card.
Yeah, but
Maybe
like the cards that you could
I
have
know.
instead of it is always gonna be
Yeah,
better.
I know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just trying to find a way. No, the reason
Well,
why
I know why
he
he
did
kept
that.
it in, but just that it's just wrong. I don't know.
Well,
The only thing it
I
does
think
is that it
he
kills
played
your
it.
own creature when he plays out. But
Yeah, I know, but like I think like Anton's been through this match like way more than we have, so that probably is a like good reason. Like you are able to deal some damage with your creatures, and then you need the reach to kill off your opponent.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of players to keep in bad cards after board, even if they play the
Oh
format
yeah,
blood. But
yeah. Well,
he
we'll
might
see.
have he might have a reason that we don't know about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's a thought he's from Carsten. Maybe he's afraid of Dark Confidant, and he wants to have a answer to it.
Yeah, but like usually when you saw a regrowth, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
assume that your opponent is playing a combo deck,
Yeah,
so he
that's
probably
true.
doesn't have a confidence.
That's for sure. Well, anyway, Carsten is casting
Well,
an
he's
Thoughtseize, so we get a look
he's a
to
hand that is pretty resilient to Thoughtseize.
yeah, but
He basically has to take the Snapcaster because taking the spell doesn't really make sense because
yeah,
then he can just Snapcaster it
I
back.
think yeah.
Also, he can Snapcaster
We,
and just recall.
we can see Anton did not choose to play a the brainstorm in response to Thoughtseize because Peter what just said the hand is really resilient to Thoughtseize. Oh, he plays a brainstorm.
He took a Brainstorm. I think I would just take a Snapcaster.
I
Or
mean,
Fire
like,
Blast, depending on your hand.
brainstorm is fine, I guess. Like brainstorm is very powerful card, and
But he can just Snapcaster Brainstorm.
yeah, but maybe that's what Carson wants him to do, right? That maybe he wants to like counter his Snapcaster.
He has two of them. But
Yeah, we'll see. And the draw for Karsten is a gush
Plus,
of
he
the
doesn't
top.
even have a fetch land yet, so like the Brainstorm wouldn't even be that good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like
Here's the Pitting Needle.
I
He
would,
brought that in.
yeah,
Doesn't really do anything.
I would understand taking brainstorm if you have another discard spell in hand and you don't want your opponent to be able, to hide his next best cards on the top next turn, or maybe in third turns.
He has two Snapcasters. Like, he's gonna be able to play the Brainstorm if he wants to. So you might as well take the card that also puts 2-1 into play.
Yeah, but brainstorm which costs 3 mana, bridgecon which costs 1 mana is like hugely different, right? Because
He has 3 mana and he's not using it, so like...
yeah, no, I'm saying like Carsten might be just trying to set up some huge turn, and he doesn't want his opponent to have a brainstorm to have access to more cards. Because Aaron is gonna cast the brainstorm anyway. Like even if you take the one snapcaster, he's gonna plus like 2 brainstorms, of, instead of 1. So
I don't know.
so
I think
let's
that
see
if
what happens.
if the Anton doesn't have a pressure, he's not gonna win this matchup. So taking the Snapcaster is pretty good because now he's gonna Snapcaster Brainstorm.
And he's gonna start pushing for 2.
Yeah, next turn he can like Snapcaster Recall.
Yeah. Maybe he has. He's
gonna
dig to the timing
response.
in response to brainstorm. Yeah.
And
Powerful dig through
Anton has
timing.
a Pyroblast in his hand that he can cast.
Mm.
So he probably didn't expect him to have the victory time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have wastelanded and waited for 4 mana before playing
Yeah.
Snapcaster so he can have a Pyroblast
Yeah.
up.
I think so. Well, he probably expected like Gush, and he was, okay with the Gush. If Carsten like returns 2 islands to his hand, then he gushes. It's okay with him.
Yeah.
He didn't expect the dig through time at all.
I mean, yeah, lots of vintage players are playing, one tournament in like 3 months.
Yeah,
so they
sure.
some of them usually don't really look at the new trends, so he probably didn't expect the victory time because he
Yeah.
never played against it.
Yeah.
Or he just thought that he's just gonna risk it, even though it was pretty obvious that he had it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Carsten did not play anything on turn 4, so it was like obvious he wants to cast something big, and I think Dig through time was right there on the spot. And I mean, like if Anton expects Dig through time, he's definitely keeping like the Prayer Blast, right?
It might have been even the best just to play the Snapcaster and don't push with Brainstorm. It looks pretty loose,
Hmm.
but his hand was really good already, and like getting the 2-1 into play is huge.
Hmm.
Then he would have just had 2 Pyroblast and forcible
Yeah.
backup with another Snapcaster.
Yep. But the Snapcaster is, I mean, like what I would say is like it's a long waste of for Snapcaster to
That's what I'm
kill
trying to
your
say, but
opponent.
like having the 2-1 in play is significant in this matchup. You just need some pressure. They're gonna win the late game eventually because they have Gushes and victory time.
Yeah, that's true.
No, there won't be any legacy in streaming. Here's the Demonic to turn, which he correctly doesn't counter because he can just counter whatever he finds, and it forces him to spend more mana. If he didn't have the force, it would be... sorry, that doesn't make sense. Nothing.
So Carsten is, did you see what he picked with the tutor?
No, he just put it right down, so
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah,
even have a chance to see it.
yeah. That's that's part of the magic of the tutor. Like you only know, you're the only one who knows what you find, so you can like put
Yeah.
it down and make it secret. You know, that's fine. Oh, and here comes the fast bond. So I imagine fast bond is really a key card of
What does it do
Carsten's deck.
exactly?
It allows you to play any amount of lands you want per turn, but you have to pay one life for every land you play above the one, above the
Okay.
above the
And so
usual one drop.
it's enchantment, right?
Enchantment, yeah. So basically, what it does in this deck is like you play several gushes, you draw some cards, you generate mana with the gushes
Yeah.
because
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
tap the lands to mana, then you bounce them back with gush, draw some cards, play them with fast bond, and then you just basically go off it and draw some again.
Would you consider not to counter it since he has 2 Pyroblast and Forcible, so he can counter the Gushes and
No.
not really care about that card?
No, I would not. Like
Why
fast
would you
bond,
care about that?
because fast bond is, I think, it can get back to you quite easily. Like fast bond is a way too powerful card not to counter it.
I
Even though,
mean, I
because
understand
you,
that it's powerful, like in
because
vacuum, but
yeah, but if you, even though if when you have like fire blasts and stuff, you're not gonna lose a game with a handful of fire blasts. And there, I could imagine like
well, he can.
scenario where Carson lures into some counter magic, and once he resolves the first gush, then it's gonna be very problematic for Anton to win, I think.
But
With a fast one
now
on
that he
table
plays
saver.
Forcible, he doesn't actually have any way to stop non-blue card.
Yeah, but
And like,
what
it
non-blue
doesn't
card?
make sense to counter it.
But
Sorry.
what blue card do you wanna stop?
Well, the Gushes, if you let the fastball resolve, you can Pyroblast with two Gushes. It's unlikely that he's gonna have third one, and then you still have the first level to counter something else. Like I don't really think he really cared about the fast bond.
Maybe it was a bait.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he shouldn't have countered it.
Like if it was a bait, it was like very well played by Karsten because he definitely played it with knowing that Anton will fight over this because he will think it's a
I
very
mean,
strong
it
card.
wasn't necessarily bait. Like he kind of wanted it to resolve because he has Gush in his hand, and he doesn't know that Anton has to Pyroblast. But I think it worked out really well for him.
Yeah.
Like 1 green mana, your opponent discards 2 blue cards. That's great,
Of course it is.
and it's probably a better effect than the effect that the fastball would have on the game.
Well, given that he has two, like if you don't have the Pyroblast, you're countering for
Yeah, of
sure.
course, yeah. But he does.
Yeah,
So.
but given that he has two Pyroblast, that might be the correct play, like to not to counter the fast one because he don't really care about another gushes.
Yeah, Magic is contextual game. Like
Yeah, definitely.
you can say this is just a counter that card that you should counter.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
I'm just
let
saying
me
that the
see.
fast one doesn't do anything if you can counter all the gushes, basically.
Yeah. My point was like if you don't counter all the gushes, then you're screwed. But since he probably does have the option of counter really all of gushes, Karsten will play
And
this
how many
game.
gushes do you think he's gonna play? Like 4? That's impossible, right?
Why is that impossible?
I mean,
Like when you resolve the first one, it's
you
like
don't resolve the
wait
first
wait
one. That's the thing.
yeah. But if you do, it's like way easier to cast the other
How
one.
can you resolve the first one? It's just not gonna happen.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you. You can like
Yeah.
drop it, okay?
I mean,
You
they.
are right.
Okay.
Please, guys, tell Peter on the chat that he is right because he's not gonna stop talking about it otherwise. Well, anyway, Karsten is gushing now. Oh, what happened?
Yeah. It looks like Anton tapped down too low, so he wasn't able to play
And
the second
oh,
fireball.
and here's the Jagdbot spot, which is gonna be huge now if it's not gonna get counter. Yeah,
Yeah.
like at this spot, it would be like Anton would be definitely like happier
He has the force.
If Karsten had fastball in play and he had a force in the hand
Yeah.
because like
Now he doesn't have an answer for the will, which is gonna
yeah.
kill him.
Oh
So
yeah, the will is gonna be awesome here. Like
here comes the fast
fastball.
one again, and the
Yeah.
gushes are gonna go off now.
Yeah, and he's gonna play like a lot of lands of his hand, and then the game is just gonna be basically over because he's gonna draw, I don't know, maybe his whole deck.
Yeah, the game is basically just over at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm not even gonna change the life totals because they are gonna change
Yeah.
in a very fast fashion now because he's gonna cast a lot of Karsten's gonna cast a lot of lands through the fast burn, but we believe that this is the last game of the turn of the last turn
Well,
of
it
the
depends
game.
on whether he kept the tendrils in. I assume he did.
Well, since he's going off like that and he knows his deck very well, I assume he did. Yeah.
I mean, he can just draw a bunch of extra cards
And go
and
for
then
the Colossus skill.
play
Yeah.
2 auto druids or something.
Yeah.
That's gonna be enough, also, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, the game is gonna be, done in one maximally 2 games max.
2 turns.
2 turns, yeah.
Now, Karsten was constrained on mana the whole game. Let's
Mm.
imagine that instead of those 2 item balls that doesn't do anything in his hand, he had like Ancient Garage
You
and
mean
Ingature.
Anton
Yeah.
Karlinski had this. Yeah, well, if he had like Ancient Grudge, that would be definitely better.
Yeah.
Took you out the Moxis, yeah. And now there's the Tendrils of Agony.
And that's gonna be the
That's
game.
gonna be the game, yeah. Tendrils of
Congratulations to
Agony for
Karsten
20.
Gutter. He needs one more win to get
To
into top 8.
Yep, and then if he wins one more round, then he can draw into the top 8. So congratulations to him. We will definitely see him again on the future match area, and we will see you with the round 4 in just a couple of minutes. So bye.